Waiting here for a couple people to come in. Folks, just going to wait for a couple more people to chime in here, and then we'll get started about our 2018 schedule.
Oh, please. Well, people are watching. We shouldn't disappoint them.
We got 9 online right now. So,
all right. See if we can get some.
It's going up now, folks. We're going to start here momentarily. Just waiting for a couple more people to join us, and then we'll get kicking off with our 2018 schedule announcement for an exciting year here at Claremont Speedway. So, George, another off season. Here we are again. 1 year later, we started our first one about a year ago last week, and here we are again. The year goes by fast.
Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun year. Going to be some changes.
There are.
Our car count may be down a little bit in the super streets, but that strictly street stock division.
The rebranded street stocks, yes.
Somebody's got to quit changing names. I'm too old to. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, it looks to be an exciting season, and we've had a number of drivers come in tonight to register for the upcoming season. So those are coming in, and it should be a great year. Big news for you this week. Congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you. Like I said, you should be congratulating her, not me.
But I'm sure Les is watching right now. Les, congratulations as well.
And I'm sure I'll pay for that remark when I get home.
So our 2018 season went through, and it was pretty extensive. We'll sum it up real quick. 21 race weeks, folks, 3 practice weeks, 6 touring divisions, and each of our 3 weekly divisions will be having 3 extra distance races. I mentioned the 3 weekly racing divisions because the modifieds will not be back as a bi-weekly series this year.
Mm-hmm. And, hard to get numbers in that division. They tried, we tried. No hard feelings. It's just one of them deals where it wasn't meant to be right now. Doesn't mean it may not work in the future, but for right now, it just wasn't meant to be. We've got a few personnel changes this year.
Yep.
Heather Zullo has announced her retirement as head scorer. She said she didn't want to work with you anymore.
I can see that.
And, of course, Jimmy Zullo came in tonight and wins our award for the Mike Griggs lookalike contest. Jimmy is concentrating on his business, Zullo Fabrication, which is a top-of-the-line business, and, doesn't have to worry about the time spent at the racetrack and taking time away from his customers. So it's a smart business move.
Yeah, and they're going to be a huge shoes to fill
loss.
too.
A huge loss, but they've got to look out for number one, and we appreciate everything they've done for Claremont Speedway, and wish them the best.
Yep, I'm glad they're down here tonight as well. Folks, we want you to share this post right now, so share this video out with all your friends. Have everyone tune in and watch. Like this video. If you like a comment you hear, go ahead and hit that like button or love button. Don't hit the angry button. We don't like those at all.
Oh, we got a comment. Here we go. Some girl wants to know if you're single.
That is a no. I am not single.
Oh, it's a guy that wants to know if you're single.
Then that's
I'm just kidding. I'd just like to thank some friends down my way. Tom, Adam, and Ethan Collier watching us from Westminster, Vermont. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And, we got a big opening night coming up. And the best thing is, before opening night even starts, we got some cool stuff going on. We got some tested tunes. We got a great car show this year.
Yep, Home Depot once again has come on board. They wanted to host the car show. It'll be April 28th this year, probably the same time, 9 to 12. And then there'll be a test and tune session in the afternoon. I believe the division that's coming opening night is going to use that as their official practice session so they can get their cars checked and everything else. So that last test and tune on April 28th should be pretty large. Home Depot is looking very... they always reach out to us because they love doing it. They love putting on the free hot dogs and the water and prizes. And we'll have prizes for the drivers and things of that nature. So it should be a very fun day at the Home Depot.
Yep. And, of course, opening night, Granite State Pro Stock Series. That's a division, I got to tip my hat to Mike Parks. That is a division that he has really taken a hold of and just improved and improved. And, he's just done a fantastic job with that division, with that tour.
It's actually grown over the last couple of years. A lot of different tracks, and we're excited that our opening night once again is going to have Granite State Pro Stock Series where they started out, and it's going to be their opening night as well.
And all the footwork that he does with that. When you see their press releases, there's a halfway award, rookie of the race award, hard charger award, all that kind of stuff that he's gone out and found sponsors to donate to those prizes. And that's just a testament of his dedication to the Granite State Pro Stock Series.
And there's a number of drivers too from the Claremont area that have raced at Claremont before that come back for that race. Jimmy Zullo, Luke Hinckley, Guy Karen, a ton of them. So that's a very home track race for them.
Yep, absolutely, and the crowd loves it.
Yep. And the Super Streets will be in action. All three of our weekly divisions, the Super Streets, the Street Stocks, and the Wildcats will all be in action that night. So that night is May 4th. We're starting 1 week later than we did last year. We're going to hopefully the weather cooperates a lot better this year than it did last year. We had 7 rainouts last year, so we're trying to roll the dice a little bit different this year.
Absolutely. Mother Nature was a real bad person last year.
She sure was. Next up, so we start, May is pretty much front-loaded. May is pretty May-tastic, I like to call it, because we have 3 touring divisions in that month and an extra distance race. So we'll move on to the second week, May 11th. May 11th is going to have the Northeast Mini Stock Tour.
Yeah. And here's another promoter that's taken a small tour and done wonders with it. Bob Guptill has done great with that tour. We hope the Mini Stock Nationals last year, and that was quite an event.
It sure was. They had 39 cars. 40 tried to qualify. 1 couldn't make it, but 39, attempted to try to make the feature event. I think their first race we had for the Northeast Mini Stock Tour last year got rained out. They got rescheduled. They still had over 30 cars to qualify for that event. So that they put on a great show, and they put on super street speeds on a 4-cylinder engine.
They sure did. I think people were impressed at the speed them cars went around.
So in our other 3 weekly divisions, the Super Streets, the Street Stocks, and the Wildcats, again, will be in action.
All of those divisions, the car counts are going to be good in all of those divisions. They're going to show us some fantastic racing this year. We got some big guns moving down to that Street Stock division. People like Chris the Weasel Riendo's going to be back. Kenny Thompson Sr. moving back down. Many others as well.
The number 8, Randy Towns, coming out of retirement to race, a former track champion. The number of track champions.
Greenslit will be back.
Yep.
Time. Brian, I believe, is going to be
Brian's going to be racing as well. He's dropping down, so the Town Family Racing will have 3 entries
There's
this
going to
year.
be a lot of talent in that Street Stock division.
Sure is. That one is going to be one to watch because there's going to be a lot of former champions trying to vie for that championship. And I'm hoping Tyler Janowski's back. Haven't heard yet. Chris Colburn will be back. That's going to be a great division.
And then coming up week number 3, our Dean Smith Memorial Race. That's a race that gets our heart. That's the race that touches home with all of us. Everybody, knew Dean, a great guy, a good father, a good racer in his day, a good football coach, and just a great guy and a good friend.
And Craig went through and did the legwork last year starting that race in memory of his father. He finished 3rd in that race. And he's gone through this race. He's sponsored by Bates Construction and Guile Family Haircuts are both coming on board as sponsors for this race. He sold all his laps, so it's an extra distance, 52 laps for them, and extra money on the line in a good memory.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. That's going to be a great one. And then look how we close out the month.
Yeah. Memorial Day weekend. Everyone worked hard for this one, folks. This is the one we've all been waiting for. The Tri-Track Open Modified Series will be visiting Claremont, New Hampshire, Memorial Day weekend on a Saturday.
That's right.
Saturday night special, like the old days.
Saturday.
The Modifieds will be back at Claremont Speedway as one of our modified events. There's a couple more coming up. This is the first one. This is the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big event.
And we've done a lot of work with the racing guys and the Tri-Track group. They're excited about this event. They're the drivers they have coming to it are going to be top notch. I mean, there's been some huge modified names being thrown out that are coming to this race, and there's nothing else in town, anywhere even in the Northeast that week for the weekend for modifieds.
Yeah, so we should have a big field, an all-star big field, and I hope we fill the place in the grandstands and in the pits.
I agree. In all three of our weekly divisions, we'll be running that night as well, so that place should look like it used to in the old days. Yes, and it's going to be very exciting. So the rain date, we're still working on that with them. We have one scheduled, but we're trying to work something a little bit different. Hopefully we don't have to discuss that, because we'd love to have 70 degrees and sunny. There's details that'll be coming out more about that. There's accommodations on our website for anyone who's viewing that's coming to that race from down south. They can come and watch it from there. We have places you could stay, and of course, we'll go on from there. There'll be information on .net. You can follow up on that.
And then we kick off June with Little League Night with our bike giveaway. Little League Night, I believe if you show up in your uniform, you get in for free.
Yep.
So little Stevie Furlan will be down for that one, and we'll have him there in his little tiger uniform.
Yeah, so Little League Night, we started off last year. We're going to try it again this year. The kids who come in their uniform do get in for free. We're also going to have the Street Stock 50 lap event, one of the 3 extra distance events for the Street Stocks. So that will be a 50 lap extra distance event, extra money, and for 50 laps. So we talk about these extra distance events and extra purses. I'll be selling laps, so if anyone's interested, this is your chance as a spectator to have your name mentioned or your business mentioned on buying a lap to add to these purses that we're offering at Claremont Speedway for our divisions.
And this race is going to be run a little different than you used to. Our 50 lap event's going to be broken up. We're going to run 25 2-lap segments.
Sure. Yeah.
Run 2 laps.
Yep.
Throw the checker.
Done.
2 lap. Green, white checker.
25 times. Exactly.
25 times.
We'll find out who the fastest is that way.
People don't even have to wait for good racing in the area between now and April, because you and I are going to be busy, along with little Mikey Griggs. The ice race coming up over here at Jolly Roger Motorsports Park. We're going to be there. It's Saturday, February 24th, a week from this Saturday. Toby and I are going to be announcing over there. I know Kenny Thompson's volunteering, and it's all for a good cause. The money goes to the Serenity House in Keene, I believe it is.
Yeah, I believe so. I can't remember.
And which is always a great cause when you're doing something like that. And not to break up on the schedule, but just wanted to get that in there so people would remember, or find out that race is going to be coming up.
And they have an event on Facebook. Check them out.
Racing
going to be
to Recovery.
There's a number of divisions that are racing that day, and it's going to be pretty exciting. It's something new that I've never done. I've never been over there, so it should be pretty interesting. Of course, I get to work with George again, so that's a treat in itself.
That's not what you said last year.
Yeah, I know. Well, the year before that either. Only if he's shallow. Got a couple comments here, just going through. Mark Shute, no, I did not apply for that Albany Empire job. I wish. I actually was thinking about doing it, and then I was worried I was going to, of course, have an issue with racing season. And then I looked, their schedule just came out this week, and I could have done it. I could have at least applied just to see to get rejected. It would have been fun, but so that's, anyway, that was our one comment so far.
I thought you said there was 2 comments.
Well, the other one was this one here.
Oh, all right.
All right, so then we go on to June 8th. And June 8th is a first of our 3 extra distance events for our Wildcat division, our 4-cylinder division. 40 laps of action for extra money and extra dollars,
Yep.
extra dollars, extra laps.
Money, extra,
and it's gonna be
extra points, double point night.
Nah, they don't like that.
Oh, that makes them really kill to get to the front of.
I know. Let's drivers chime in, see if you'd like to do that or not. If you'd like to have an extra point
Thunder
night.
Road has every year they have the mid-season championship, and on that night, all the features are double points. And boy, do they race on that night.
Yeah, it'd be a lot different, wouldn't it?
Oh yes.
So that night is June 8th. We also have spectator races that night too. Don't know what we're doing. Don't know what we're doing yet for the spectators.
I think we should send one this way and one that way and see where they meet on the back straightaway. You know, maybe a giant game of chicken.
I like the way you're thinking, but I have this. People in the room probably don't feel the same way. No, the insurance company is the one that would issue that. And then June 15th.
Oh, we wouldn't tell them.
Oh, no. Keep it quiet. June 15th is going to be a big night at Claremont Speedway, and it's the New England Antique Races are in town. And it's also going to correspond with a races reunion that Jamie Furlan would like to throw together. So we're going to invite back the drivers from years past and have a nice reunion with all the drivers.
The Davis brothers will come down with their model collection of everything. And that's kind of a milestone for me. June 15th. That'll be my first ever attended race at age 60.
That's your birthday, isn't it?
The day before.
Oh, that's right. So June 14th, folks, put that on there.
Yeah, that'll be my first ever race at age 60. That'll be kind of cool.
It will.
Having the antiquers there for an antique like me.
And you're going to know a ton of the drivers there too, because you've been in the sport forever.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
So we'll bring the drivers down. We'll recognize them. We'll have them, mention, what years they raced at Claremont Speedway, what championships they've won, that kind of thing. So the details are still being worked out. Jamie Furlan has offered to help out with that, so I'm looking forward to working with him and awesome. That group to see if there should be a great night.
Yep. Then we come up to June 22nd. We're going to be playing cards, right?
Yep, we're going to play.
This is regular card night.
Regular card night, yep. And we're going to be doing a little bit of trivia. So
boy.
So
I know trivia. I don't think you'd want me to ask it online.
So we'll do some trivia through the crowd, give out some prizes, some free passes, things of that nature, just something to keep it fun. The only 3 divisions will be racing that night, so it should be a fun night anyway.
And then another bike giveaway.
Yep, a number of bike giveaways and a backpack giveaway this year. We heard from the drivers last year they wanted to do bike raffles, and this year we're going to do them. We're going to ask for some help with that too. We'll have stack them up.
How many different bike giveaways are we doing?
4 or 3.
3?
3 with a backpack giveaway.
So maybe each one could be a different division. Like this first one here, it's street stock night. The street stock should all be
good idea.
Bike. On this night here, another division brings bikes. Just a thought.
Nope, it's a great idea. See, schedule's in flux right now, already in motion. We're already making changes to it. So that again, as George mentioned, another bike giveaway, regular card on June 29th, and there could be a larger announcement coming up about that. Well, froze up.
Mike Willis is starting on the pole tonight.
Oh, was he really good? Good for Mike Willis starting on the pole tonight down New Smyrna.
Down at Speedway.
Yep.
He's done well. He's like in the top 5 in points so far during the week when I looked at it a couple days ago.
Yep. He's had a great week down there. So good luck, Mike, tonight. If you're probably not watching, but hopefully someone in your camp is. We wish you luck tonight. Same with Jeff Gallup as well. Jeff Gallup raced at Claremont last year. He's down there as well, taking his hand at Speedway, so good for him as well.
He's not just down there racing against a bunch of nobodies. No. He's running against Ryan Priest, Big Money Matt Hirschman. I mean, there's some big names down there, and Mike Willis is holding his own with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we get to July 6th, which normally used to be our Valenti Modified night. This year it's going to be our just fireworks and extra distance events for all 3 of our divisions, extra distance, extra money. And we'll do our fireworks as well, so that'll fill up our midsummer race.
Who's doing our fireworks this year, or do we know yet?
Probably the same outfit that did it last year. And Noise R Us, yes, thank you. Yes, Noise R Us does them. They do a great job.
Fantastic job.
Yep, they hook the track up very, very well with that. So, next up, July 13th, the Mike Richardson Senior Memorial Race, sponsored by Trackside Motorsports, will be taking place. This is a little bit of a different race this year. 75 laps total. It's going to be a 30-lap first segment race, a 45-lap second segment after the field's been inverted on a true invert. The heat races are going to be the starting laps will be pulled through heat races. They're going to be pulled. They're not going to be going through the handicap system. Then the top 9 will redraw for starting positions, and then we'll do the 30-lapper and then the 45. So best finish overall will collect a large prize.
That always adds excitement to a night of racing. Because the guy's out front, you're like, geez, where did he finish in the first one? Well, that guy that's in third, wasn't he is he 2 positions ahead of him, or was he, so it keeps the excitement into the race. Even if one person's way out front, it still keeps the excitement in who might be the winner.
In the last couple of years since I've been involved, the Super Streets haven't done any type of segment racing, so they'll be interested to see how they do. And the fact that the inversion comes in through, so they're all going to have to come back up through the field. And that field is going to be pretty tough too.
It is.
They're all going to be starting, usually with a handicapping system, they usually start right in the middle. Now they're going to be starting more towards the back, so they're going to have to come up through. So it should be a very, very exciting race for the Mike's.
And that's always the fun part, to see the good racers come up through the pack. Because like the crap they show on Sundays on TV, the fast guys start up front, and it's follow the leader, follow the leader. When the fast guys are in the back, that's when you see the good racing.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that race. I think it's going to be a good one. And then we have a week off for Loudon, like we always do, and give everyone a chance to take a little bit of a break, spend your money elsewhere around the Claremont Speedway, and spend some time with your family. And then we come back July 27th, and for the Cody LaFont Twin 25s, as well as our Northeast Classic Lights will be in town. And last year, remember, the Northeast Classic Lights came in, and they put on a great show. And then the Cody LaFont race last year, the Twin 25s, Cody Sabins actually won both those races, was the overall winner. So the LaFont family has a number of sponsors that come on board for that race in memory of Cody LaFont. So that'll be the third extra distance and final extra distance Wildcat race of the year.
And of course, the Northeast Classic Lights are there on the same night.
Absolutely, and they put on a great show.
Fast, little hot rods they are.
And then moving on to August 3rd, it's just a regular card of racing with another spectator event. So like I said...
Yes, and that white car right there has done fairly well in our spectator events.
Yeah, he was upset last year for the first time in a long time. So that August 3rd, we'll have another spectator event, yet to be determined what we're going to do.
And this is a chance for you road hot rodders to put up or shut up. You think about how fast you go and how easy it is, how great you'd be as a racer. This is your chance to prove it. It's put up or shut up time. You can do it. Of course, you're going to have insurance. Well, at least you've got to show some kind of insurance. You'll have to have paperwork. And
all the details will be coming out on the website about that.
It shouldn't be made up on your computer at home, but if it is, make it look good.
Lenny Rogers just asked how many Wildcats we had signed up right now. I think we have like 5 or 6 signed up. 1 or 2 signed up tonight.
34, Lenny. 34.
Yeah.
And they all come from Ludlow.
So that looks to be, the second of our 3 spectator events is that night.
And then...
Oh, yeah. You should be
homecoming.
It's just called the George Powers Night.
I have, oh my God. I am so in love that night. I may have to run out behind the barn and touch myself. I'll tell you. The Senior Tour Auto Racers. If there's anything that I love, it's the night the Senior Tour Auto Racers come to town.
You do. You have a great relationship with Mary Lima.
The whole bunch of them. They're just so awesome, and we keep in touch through Facebook, throughout the off season and everything, and just what a great bunch. And it just, they let me go out there and start the races the way that when I was a kid, the flag man used to do it. And it's just such a charge to stand out there and do it. I mean, you just feel the adrenaline pumping through me, and it's just like, I won't say what I want to do again, but
And they had a good car count last year too, so we always look forward to having Mary back, and she looks forward to our event as well. It's a good time. And then here we go. We talked about modifieds, and we're doing something a little bit different with the modifieds this year. Instead of running a bi-weekly series, we are running 2 open modified shows this year for extra distance and a lot of extra money. So it should be pretty exciting. Details will be released about these shows next week as to how to register, what the registration fee is for each, the rules, things of that nature, the purses. It's a registration base, so based on how many cars we actually have registered, we'll determine what we have for the second race. So this is your chance, modified drivers, to sign up. We raced bi-weekly for a couple of weeks now, or a couple of years now, and the car count teetered back and forth a little bit. Some weeks it was good, some weeks it was bad. This is an opportunity for us to have a great show for our modifieds for a lot of extra money and for 100 laps.
Yeah, the bi-weekly thing it does not work. I mean, ask Mike Griggs. He's been by forever, and it just doesn't work.
And on that note,
then our charity event comes up.
yeah.
Now, our backpack giveaway.
Yep.
Who inspects the backpacks?
That's a good question. I think we should have our tech crew do it.
Somebody, because you always got to worry about what's in a backpack. I mean, some of our racers, you don't want them sticking a 6-pack of beer in there and giving it to a 6-year-old kid.
That's probably Well,
unless it's my kid.
There's a couple of race teams that have been marked that we know who are doing that too. So we're gonna ask for the race teams. We'll set up a list. We'd like to have. It was brought up last year. We probably should look at doing something like for the kids. And it was a good idea, put some school supplies in a backpack.
Yep, absolutely.
And then the race teams could donate it, and their name could go on the backpack, and then it goes to a child in need. So it should be a good time.
Folks, I was just kidding about that. I don't let my kid drink alcohol. Trust me. You take her to the bar, 2 drinks, she falls off the stool. Forget it.
So the charity event, we're not sure yet what we're going to do. Last year we did the Race Against Cancer event for the Friends of Norris Cancer Center. We were able to raise $15,000. So that probably is the way we'll go again, unless someone feels differently. I mean, that's...
And, all the different things that go on during the year, and I love racing. I've been there, throughout my whole life. The thing that we did, like the Racing Against Cancer, raising the money for them, touches my heart more than anything else that we do. I mean, it's just, I feel so special when we're able to do that.
Yeah, not many racetracks, do something like that. The race teams don't get serious about it and competitive about how much they raise, and they're very passionate about it. So that's the part that makes it exciting.
And I got to say, our racers at Claremont Speedway busted their hump last year to get money for the Racing Against Cancer event.
Absolutely. I look forward to that. And then the Friends of Norris Cancer Center were always excited when they heard we wanted to do it again. They hopped right on board. So that likely will be our next place we go, but we can, the race teams.
Options are open.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And the race teams, I'd love to have your input. Message me of a local charity you feel that we should all get behind as a track to support. We don't necessarily have to do it all the time for a certain organization. Are there ones in town more in need or what have you? Send me what you think, and we can have that discussion.
Yeah, I think this year, a good one would be the George Powers Fund.
I agree. You just got married. You're going to need that money.
Oh, God. I forgot about that. You just went and spoiled a good night.
So August 31st will be our third and final extra distance race for the street stocks. This one will be twin 25s. So extra distance, extra money. So like I said, I'll be going around selling laps for each of these races for $20 a lap. So if anyone wants to hop on board, it's going to be the third race. So they're running some twins as well. So they've got a 50-lapper, another 50-lapper for the extra distance during the midsummer race, and then 225. So the street stock's going to have extra distance events this year, which will be good.
That is going to be awesome.
Especially with that group.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, we're going to reverse them on the second 25.
What?
They have to go back.
Yeah.
Just kidding, guys. Don't set your car differently. Yeah. And then September 8th is our second and final open modified race of the year. So again, as I said, will be a pre-registration, extra purse, $100 laps, and details we hope to have released next week. So modified drivers, look forward to that. Should be two. And I should have mentioned. You'll notice the dates on those. Both those two open modified nights, Saturday nights as well. We will not be racing Friday nights those nights. We'll be racing Saturdays. So we have 3 Saturday night races this year, and they all entail modifieds.
Awesome. Then, of course, coming up right after that, September 14th, our 4-cylinder nationals for the Northeast Mini Stock Tour. And we just talked about how great of a show that was last year. Yeah. I think this year will be even better.
Well, it was his first year doing it. So he had to, you have to have sort of set a reputation or an idea what you're looking at. And the weather was a little suspect last year. We pulled it. We still did it. And we still had the 40 cars in the pits that came. There's a couple that couldn't make it because of whatever reason. And this year I expect it to be more.
Yep.
And
things will be a little smoother on our end because now we know what to expect, and that's just going to make everything nice.
Yeah, and that night the Wildcats are not scheduled to run. That's, of course, this whole schedule, folks, is subject to change. This is a tentative schedule. As we get closer, the season will be finalized, but this is pretty much what we're working towards as we head through to what looks to be an exciting 2018 race season.
Absolutely. And then?
September 21st.
Another regular card, and the final bike giveaway.
Yep, the final bike giveaway and also a spectator event as well. Like I said, we're still discussing what to do. I know we just had some comments about an enduro. I'm advocating for that. trying for that. We'll see what happens. I think it'd be fun to have an enduro. At least that night would be
That
a
would
great
be
night to
kinda
do an
cool,
enduro.
yeah.
So look for details
And
on
of course,
that.
being that late in the season, the bicycles will have winter tread tires on.
They'll be studded. They'll be studded. But it's just good. I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of studs, it's good to have Jim Ambrose in the crowd with us tonight.
It is always good to have him around. Always good to have him around.
Yeah, he just told me I'm number one. You're welcome.
And, and then finally, the last night of the race season, September 28th, is our championship night. And this year we're going to do top 10 races like they used to do back in the old days.
Oh, yes. That's awesome.
So they'll put the top 10, line them up there, give out the 6 points or the whatever points per position.
And how the top 10 races work is whoever's 10th point starts on the pole, 9th starts outside all their way back. So the point leader starts 10th in that heat race. And that's going to make for some interesting features too, because you're not like during your regular season, the way your handicapping system works, you've got a couple of strong guys and a couple of weak guys in the same heats. This is going to be the top 10, the cream of the cream in that top 10 heat.
Absolutely.
So it's not going to be so easy for the guys to get to the front. And that means they may not be starting as well as they want to come feature time.
Yeah, so they're going to have to earn it during that heat race.
Absolutely.
That's going to make it exciting for all three of those divisions to run that night. So that'll be, like I said, we have the 3 weekly racing divisions, the Super Streets, Street Stocks, the Wildcats. We have 21 race events for 21 weeks scheduled. We have 6 touring series, 3 modified events, folks, for the modified lovers. I'm a huge modified lover, so I'm looking forward to those.
I love the regular size modifieds.
Do you?
Not the huge ones.
No, I like the larger modifieds.
Folks, we're always looking for more ways to add excitement or bring something new to Speedway. If you have ideas, we'd love to hear them. Any great ideas you may have, we'd love to hear them.
Absolutely. Message to the track, and we'll try
That
to
doesn't
work them
mean
in.
fire the announcers.
No. I like hanging out there on Friday
Yeah,
nights.
it's a blast.
It's a
Even
good
the
time.
Saturdays are going to be fun this year.
They are.
Some of them.
Yes. Dean Smith Memorial is May 18th. Third race of the year.
Yeah, right after the 17th, just before the 19th.
So, folks, that is our 2018 race schedule, pretty much in a nutshell. Just want to cover it with you quickly. After we get done this, I'll post it on the website so you can see it on there. I'll also post it on Facebook as well. Message to the track if you have any questions. As I said, this is tentative. Just wanted to throw it out there because I know everyone's trying to get their summers all planned, and a lot of tracks have already released it. I want to make sure we got ours out there to you as well. A lot of big events. Like I said, next week we'll announce some of the modified events, or at least the modified specifications and things like that when the races are coming up and what you can expect for those. So,
And if you have any questions about Claremont Speedway, just call Jim Ambrose at 1-978.
Rain dates, yes. Jeff White asked about rain dates. We've asked to have rain dates. If we do get rained out on Friday, plan on running on Saturday. That's the plan right now. So I know last week we lost out on a number of rain dates, and even the Saturday dates didn't work out well for makeups. Even the one we tried to schedule on a Saturday got rained out. So also the on-track party, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. May 18th is the on-track party. We're doing that again as well, Fan Appreciation Night. I neglected to put that on our cheat sheets.
No, it's there.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention it.
We just looked over it because I jumped right up and said, the Dean Smith Memorial.
No, so our on-track fan appreciation, where the fans can come right down on the track, meet the drivers, sign autograph cards. That was a good time last year. We had great weather, so looking forward to that event.
Autograph cards. That's what we need.
Yes, we do.
For the announcers.
Yeah. They'd love those. We should have a night where the kids actually do all the functions.
Yep. Absolutely.
They can announce the races. They can flag.
Years ago when I announced at Canaan, we had the kids division back then.
Yep.
And I used to have a kid out of the crowd come up and announce that race. And it was fun. You just kind of stand behind them and give them a little instruction and point them in the right direction, and they have a blast doing it.
Yeah, we'll do that this year. I think it's a good idea. We'll let them come down there and interview them on the track and everything else. So folks, that's the 2018 race schedule. If you have any questions, message to the track. We thank you for watching tonight. I'll post this on YouTube as well, so you can watch it there again and post it on our website so you can see that there too. But looking forward to a great 2018 race season.
Do we have time left for stuff? Or?
Yeah, if you want to take a couple more questions. Mark, yes, we'd love to bring back the riding in the cars for the kids. working on a wagon right now as far as getting kids rides on the track.
Because the actual riding them in the cars.
His insurance frowns on
Not only
that.
insurance, but the way in the old days, race cars pretty much had the open cockpit style car. Where you had the cage, you didn't have a lot of inner tin work. Now, really, the drivers are boxed into a little tiny spot. There really isn't room for the kids to get in there anymore.
Well, it almost sounds like a job for Zulo Fabrication to make us a car.
There we go.
I think that's a good thing for him.
They should.
Power wheel race for the little kids. I agree, Lenny. Lenny Rogers mentioned that. Could be one of the big things I'm working on for one of the kids' nights we're going to have.
Lenny's won that a couple of times down in Monadnock.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. As a kid flag and mini stock race, absolutely. We've allowed kids go in there and flag start races before. That will be the practice again this year. That looks to be pretty exciting. The kids enjoy it. In fact, I think the first green flag may be dropped this year by the first gentleman that ever won a race at Claremont Speedway. I'm keeping that under my hat right now. I just want to put the floater.
First gentleman that ever won a race
at Claremont Speedway. Yep. So that. I'll be announcing that hopefully coming up at some point if we can make that happen. He's 88 years old now, and he loves the track.
On a somber note, are we still on?
Yeah.
On a somber note, I would, like to say one thing that Claremont Speedway is going to be missing this year that Claremont Speedway hasn't missed for as long as I can remember, Randy Bissonette.
Good point.
Unfortunately, we lost Randy this offseason, and he was probably Claremont Speedway's most loyal and dedicated fan throughout his life.
Randy Bissonette coached me when I played basketball back in 3rd grade. He was very active with the racetrack. He's active with the Stevens Band. It will be weird. He was always in the Boudreaux pits.
Mm-hmm.
He's a crew member for them.
I always tried, when I'd see him in the crowd, I'd always say hi, Mr. Randy Bissonette.
Very strong supporter.
And
There's a number of people. We lost Stu Leclerc as well. This past winter.
That's right, racer Stu Leclerc. Unfortunately, he was he was a real nice guy.
Yeah.
Real nice guy. Never really had the money to be where he wanted to be in auto racing, but made the best with what he had.
In fact, there's a nice tribute you're going to see coming up here. I'll talk about it with you offline about what someone's planning for him this year. It's actually going to be pretty good, so looking forward to that. So, folks, I think that's going to wrap us up tonight, unless anyone else has any other questions. Oh, yes.
I can unwrap myself.
Scraper races for the adult.
Huh?
We had Mike Griggs said the old creeper races. The old creeper races.
He's creepy enough without having him race.
We don't let Griggsy do it. So that's it. 21 weeks, folks.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure working with you as always.
Yep, absolutely. Looking forward. So 2 weeks from tonight. I'm hoping they remember I asked them. Ricky Bly, Dylan Boudreaux. This is your reminder, just in case you forgot.
And you better be watching.
Yeah, the two of them hopefully will be here. If not, at least one of them will be back here with George Powers. We're going to talk about their 2017 race season. Ricky Bly winning his first championship after 17 years. Dylan Boudreaux giving a run for his money. In fact, Dylan Boudreaux bought Ricky Bly's car.
Absolutely.
So it should be a great year this year for them at Claremont Speedway. So the two of them hopefully will be here in 2 weeks. So plan on us being live every 2 weeks here until the start of race season. We know we'll have Andy Hall on at some point, talk about the Granite State Pro Stock Series as we get closer to that date as well. So, folks, thank you for tuning in tonight, and we will see you back here in 2 weeks.
See you at the races.